Okay, great. So, hello everybody. Welcome to this online workshop, interview, conversation, where we're gonna be meeting someone very special. It's been an idea that I've had for a while to introduce the community to interesting people on the Mason path, like people who are exceptional in some ways and people who have valuable things to share. So tonight, I'm very, very super happy to introduce you Juan Portilla, Juan Carlos Portilla, who's I have the great pleasure to call a good friend of mine. I know his family, his children, and also like someone that has really inspired me with the way he holds himself in the Mason community as a ceremony elder, as a man with like responsibilities in life, like having 4 kids, and also someone who has an important role in a lot of these rituals and ceremonies, like who's been given responsibility in those places. At the same time, he's an engineer, like he comes up with these machines and systems. And um, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I couldn't really speak very intelligently on that topic. I'm going to let Juan Carlos tell us more. But someone who's really combining the living on this medicine path with this spiritual, like values and direction and inspiration, and at the same time very much being part of the real world, not just kind of like retiring in the woods and just like doing their thing and being isolated, but interacting with businesses and big projects and very, very like different dynamics. So I'm so very happy. I'm gonna shut up now and pass over to Juan Carlos. If you could share a few words about yourself, present yourself. First of all, thank you for agreeing to make this interview. So very happy to have you with us and very excited for the conversation ahead. But over to you. Please introduce yourself, share us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, my good friend. This is like a very synchronized with all the mambeos and the nights we have departure several days before. And I think it's like a man's talk because I don't see any woman in the room. So it's like another mambeo during the night with my friends. I want to say that one of the directions or the Maya oracle name I received is precisely the spectral world linker. So my nature is to link. Yeah, I'm very good on link what other people consider separate worlds, and for me it's like the same. And regarding Eduardo's comment about success, or maybe Kyle, we are all always thinking also in the spiritual matters in this capital market economy. Like I will gain something because I drink some special beverage or some medicine, plant medicine, or I go to that retreat, or I study some MBA or in a very important university. Um, what comes with the age, and not only for the studies you make or the ceremonies you assist, it comes with the age. I'm 46 years old and I'm proud of that. And normally I was uh, always between older people, and now I become the oldest. Kind of tribute. So
Mm,
uh, it's because of the age that you encounter that there's no way that you can still operating with many roles. Like my entrepreneurship role, my spiritual role, my son, brother, lover, father. There are too many roles. They demand too much energy. And if we want to be sustainable, we need to reduce this lot of energy waste. So
Mm.
in considering that, let me begin with this I, affirmation is that on my small experience, I decide to present like one person, only one role that will operate in many locations, in many um, presentations and works. So, and as I decide to do that in the professional matters and in the spiritual matters, I got more friends.
Mm.
Eduardo is tired. So take a big breath, retain. Yeah, man, you can do it because when when you are investing your time, that is your biggest asset, do it plainly. And I really know that if you invest your your principal asset, you will have money gains in the future. So, for
Juan,
example, today, go.
thank you so much for this. I wanted to ask you if you could share with us a little bit about your background. You know, like how did you get involved in, you know, like the ceremonies and the medicines. And then also, like, I want to ask you after that about your just like professional journey, because you're also an engineer making all these like water purification systems and the lot. But if you could tell us a bit about the medicines, you know, like how you got on this path, and that would be fantastic to start with.
Yeah, I was to enter this background tale. So, because you mentioned engineer, so for me, plant medicine or ceremonies is the same as engineer. Engineer is the study and application of technology. And I encountered that there's a lot of spiritual, or there's a lot of technology in the spiritual, and there are a lot of spirit in the technology. So, for example, I approached one machine, and I have this man-directed mind, but I touch the machine. It's more like a woman, like a feminine side of me. I touch the machine, and I really intuitive know what is happening to the machine. So this is engineering. Engineering is create, is to adapt and to study technologies. And I discovered that, for example, to study ayahuasca or peyote or many other plants is technology, is amazing technology, and 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 that is the way that engineers should go to go in in other boundaries to ask questions that nobody does before and to really solve um, the problems of our communities and to really solve the problems in my soul, my heart, in my economy, in my small community. So very easy to say, I've been always a rebel. I am not a graduated engineer, but I decide a lot of engineer stuff. I graduated on business and on finance. I graduated on the German school. I know German, English, a little bit of Chinese. I like languages. I never been employee. I always been entrepreneur because from my very beginning, I want to be sovereignty is my key word now, and also on the spiritual. From the very young years, I get contact with the oracle, with the card, with the yoga, with the martial arts, and that always drove me into to be a rebel of not recognized authorities, no gurus, no chiefs, no abuelas, no, is struggling with the authority, with the um, um, with the patterns, the church, and so, and to be like more curious and also not fanatic at all, not in the medicines, not in the fire, not in the ceremonies, not to be fanatic. Is something special, abnormal, occurs, I say, wow, it's amazing. But I'm not trying to convince me that because I am eating some plant, I am some type of a special being, you know?
Mm.
And because of the, I told before the number of years and the number of kids, I will let you to ask. You have no other option that to be entrepreneur, to search for sovereignty, and try to try to link these many words we have.
Mm. Go ahead, Kyle.
I have to go in like 20 minutes, but I'd love to stay longer. So I just want to ask this question before I leave is, when you get into the spiritual journey, I've done Yahe, Kambo, got some microdose mushroom right here, and my rape next to my table, my office. But my question is like, what are the mistakes that you notice that the entrepreneurs that dabble in the spiritual are the most common? And what are the mistakes that people in the spiritual that they make mistake in business?
Yeah, I think this is the bottom question of the meeting. Kyle, thank you for asking. You can blow your hand if you're able to do that. And sorry to hear that you need to leave soon. Man, all the ancient, like artificial intelligence, I named that like ancestral intelligence. So all these ancestors always talk talk about for all my relationships. It's to learning on relationships. Engineer is about learning relationship. Physics on money. Economics is the relationship of money circulates, flows. So if you have this special, it appears to me like a condom, you know? Look what I'm going to say. It's like a condom. So you have a special plant here, like very ancient, ancestral memory and engineering technology. But you can use it like a condom. You use the condom, you get satisfied, and you throw away your condom with all your fun stuff, you know? So is if you enter I am not moral, I am not saying that's wrong, because you asked me, is if you enter the medicine with this intention, with this vibration, with starting a relationship that way, like for example, I am an entrepreneur, now I need to erase my mind because I will have a meeting and I need to be clear. And in some way you use the medicine, it's okay. I'm not judging any possibilities because all is contained in the spirit. But if you enter this way to the medicine with this intention, you need to pay the price. There will be a price, like in any financial or economic relationship. So I decided to, and also used Rapé, for example, for some meetings and so. But I chose to answer you to put me on service for the medicine. Like, okay, I'm here. Thank you for being here. I pay for you. Sometimes my medicine comes like a gift, but normally I also pay for the medicine. I pay for you. Thank you being here. And please connect with my relationship with everything, with my body, with my mind, with my hands, my economy, my girl, with everything. Please, I am serving you now. And if you want, enhance what is inside of me. The medicine will not bring you anything you have not before. The medicine will enhance it. And also in the professional, we need to establish when to say yes, when to say no. And this will be a decision between the mind and the heart. it will come here. So we need to make in every this economic or professional decision, we need to try to balance what is here. Yes, I will that, but it's not good. So what medicine has helped me and the retreats I've been is, in summary, the possibility to say yes most of the times when all my body and all the economy of my family says no, and to say no when my wife and my kids and all my temptation says yes.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you very much for this, and thank you for this question. And it's kind of like links very nice into one of the next ones that I have. And it is so you've experienced significant personal and professional transformation in your life over this time, these years. What would you say is the most powerful lesson that you've learned from your spiritual practices, ceremonies, etc.? And how have these practices or these approaches to life have shaped your journey as an entrepreneur? I wanted to ask you
Okay,
that.
I come back to this meaning of the word shaman, and shaman is this person who can transform himself, and by transforming himself, he can transform mm, his circles. So about the medicine, the most impact or like success case is that I was in this Vision Quest retreat. I thought about my sister, and I went out the fasting retreat, and I noticed that she was sick, cancer sick. So 10 days later, I have a dream to assist to a Sundance. I've never been in this Sundance before, but I have this very accurate dream about that. And why should I go there? I went there, I pray a lot, um, and then we travel to France, bring her some plant medicine, but also um, nurture her with all the family, with the cousins, with the kids, and the speech. And she is safe now. She overpassed cancer, and she uh, took a lot of the plant medicine we brought her, and little drops for me was like LSD, but for her that was with a lot of chemical like chemotherapics, was like taking a tea, but she recovers totally, and also changed the way she was with some partner, and we with my wife we define the problem is your food and your partner. So I think this is a very clear manifestation of me, my my um, my close circle of what the medicine can do. You can fast, you can drink some medicine, you can ask in the dreams of guidance of if I should decide this, or I should sign this contract, or I should learn these technologies or these courses. In the professional field, um, I really close the, the door for anything that does not come from the medicine. So I am aware, I accept, but if some invitation comes from the medicine, I immediately go there. So and you can be surprised how big the opportunity can be. So I am very jealous and careful on defining where I will be putting my assets, my energy, who I am going to help. because it's like I I am reconciliating my mission with my spirit. So I want the spirit to lead my mission.
Mm, wow. Thank you so much. You mentioned the Sundance. What is that Sundance? Can you tell us a little bit?
Well, in many cultures there are a lot of ceremonies. Um, it's a ceremony I went because I saw some girl coming back from the Sundance, and I saw this this beautiful aura, this full energy, and I wanted that. It's a North American native ceremony. Um, Laurent is also some dancer, and it's to celebrate and to ask to continue be alive, um, in dancing in a circle, fasting water and food for 4 days. And you can also offer a little skin, because yes, we are familiar in the economic world to pay everything with bitcoins, with with jewelry, with the dollar, and what I notice is that everything just has been transformed into bytes, and um, there's no relation with no direct relation the amount of money I have to the real weight of the offering I'm making. So these ancestor people, they say, what I can really offer me is my thirsty, my hunger, my
Years.
tears, you know, and my blood, my skin. This is everyone's like the same currency. Same currency is like same amount of blood you have on your body. Same body. There are some tall, some smaller, but it's like the same currency. So it's like you want to offer something to the spirit to say thanks. So okay, you can offer your thirst, your hunger, your tears, and what about a little bit of your skin and your blood? So and that's why I think spirit consider everyone as equal, because some comes equal from the richest and the poorest. That's why medicines and ceremonies are ideal for us. The Sundance is one of the ceremonies, but you can get and you will get the rituals you need. So for me, the important is in your profession, in your company, in your university, in your family. Please do everything very ritual, like in a ceremony. Yes, I open my laptop, I start enjoying some or light some special incense or palo santo or sage, and I make some prayer. Maybe I hear some mantra, or I chant, or I don't know, I take some beer, or I eat some mambe, but ritual, so that it that it worth whatever I put here, whatever energy that brings this internet connection to New York, data centers to let us to be connect right now, it should worth for you, for your mission. So make ritual of everything. Go to the bathroom, go ritual. Make love, ritual. Ceremony, ritual. Obviously, sports, you know, everything should be ritual. And for men, if you do that, your mind will be prepared for anything that the spirit wants from you. That's why I prefer that type of medicine. That I want to practice mindfulness. It's okay. It's okay. It's part of the spirit. But I prefer that mindfulness appears spontaneously on me. That I am not like programming, like I program an artificial intelligence with some database. No, spontaneously, I will surprise the spirit if I am on a ritual circle.
I love that, Juan. Thank you so much. So amazing. Well, you've been to you work with many people, and you've shared, like a lot of these like ceremonies and initiatory experiences with many people around you. Um, how have you seen like people's lives change as a result of the work that like you've done with them, or like in your mentoring, in the ceremonies and retreats and the medicines that you facilitate and share? And I just wanted to ask, obviously there's a limit how much personal information we share, but as much as you can, if you could share some stories that just come to mind, would be fantastic.
Well, recently I've been like studying this gift economy because I really think the our economic um, patterns or models are going to change for this simple reason that I live in an underdeveloped country that is full biodiverse and is super rich, and we consume much less energy than US or Europe or Asia, uh, and that we have this special plant medicine. That's very curious to me. So that a part of my mission is to speak. Thank you, thank thanks to this medicine to speak to the world, yeah, and to make an impact. So bringing a story, for example, I just arrived from Guajira in Colombia, North Colombia, because on the past I have this employee Guido, and I treat him very well and his family, and pay him the payroll, salary, and kind of a friend of him. And this the beginning of the month, I was like considering, man, what I'm going to do to enter to finish the year and to enter in the new year. And I received this call from him, hey Juan, we need you, we need the engineer that designed these systems. So my tale here, Ivalio, is that mm, in business, everything is circle. It's like a dance, like a sun dance. Sometimes you're here from the sun, and sometimes you're in the other side of the circle. So the important thing is thinking in long term. Like if you establish relation with some supplier, some client, or some employee, please do not explode too much the resources of these relations. Like, no, try to think that he will be your friend forever. And if you think like that, I have just confirmed that this it returns like a boomerang, to me. It returns in good things. Just today, I am finishing the proposal for a design of enhancing for reverse osmosis systems for bringing 25% of the water of the city of Riacha to the people. Also, designing, calculating the energy recovery, solar energy need to fulfill the 25% of the 24/7 operation. And I was making that, and the truck with my TP, you know what the TP is? TP, the truck with the TP poles just arrived, and I need to pull down the poles, and some bite bites me. So this is my everyday life with the family, with the business, with we are going to rise the TP for this weekend, for some women's gathering, for some sweat lodge. So there are many tales, there are many stories, Ivalio, I can share with you, but to be more like uh, to impact you more is to say you that everything matters. Everything you do matters for the spirit. Everything is a ceremony for the spirit. So if you, with the help of some medicine or fasting some medicine, you can enhance your mind, your heart, and really establish good, safe, and harmonic relations with other people, it will grow. This is the new economy I am believing now. I am believing now.
Mm. I thank you for this answer. I was more referring to like some kind of I don't know, like maybe someone was in a very difficult situation and then they received some kind of a signal because like many times we're together, you know, like there's a hawk that passes and oh, it's the hawk, and then you know, like applying it to the moment. So that's where I was going more with. I'm sure like I fully agree with what you say, the long term general approach, but just wanted to ask about some interesting stories, you know, like that you could share with us about people's experiences.
Sure. I think there's a fantasy. We all need fantasy. Um, I think spirit is more on the subtle, in the details. But all we have stories, you know. We also have story. For example, the story of my sister that recovered from a cancer. I think it's like a living proof that God exists, that the medicine is good. But also, for example, medicine helped me to understand the pass away of my father-in-law and to be prepare myself, my economy, my family to that big change, that big impact on the family. So
Mm.
I won't refer much about third third parties, you know, other people. Like I give some medicine. No, no, that is more on surprise for you. But I can tell on my closer circle for example, I've been in with all my mindfulness and readiness in all my four kids' birth. So I was there, I was present, I got the
Umbilical
little
cord.
wire, the cord, So and I was meditating and with a lot of medicine in the four and moments that are very important. It's very important that you are available, no matter if you close the financial year or not. You need to be available when people is bringing on life and when the people goes to the eternal life.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. I want to ask you two more questions, and then after that, we're gonna open for like any further questions the guys might have, something that came up. So the first question is um, this project Waniwachi. Um, could you tell us a bit about how Waniwachi came to be and what it is, and how was life in that moment? I think it's a fantastic story that is very much in line with the meeting tonight. Por favor.
Okay, okay. So Waniwashi is a Lakota Native American language term that means I want to live good. I want that my family lives good, my community, my land. So we were in the beginning moments of the COVID-19, and I took my favorite medicine, and I meditated with the medicine, and I asked the medicine, I tell the medicine, hey, please, what's going on? Because many people was making jokes about the Chinese with the masks,
But
and we have no idea.
what is this medicine that you took? What medicine you take?
It's a medicine of the cannabis oil.
Bien.
And I prepare, I dance, I pray. Okay, okay, and please tell me what's going on because I am anticipated something big is coming. So let me anticipate in order I take care of my family. So I always been involved with chemistry and engineer and water treatment and so. And this day I have a phenomenal spiritual trip, but no answers of that particular matter. So in the very late night, we heard very noise, like, like, I don't know, maybe someone entry the home, and I say, my wife, take it easy, there's nothing. So an special calabaza, like
Pumpkin.
watermelon, pumpkin, that normally grows on ground, has climbing a lot and fall just in my um, tools house, where for 2 years I had this special ionizer electrolysis machine. So it's perfectly the hole, and the sunlight enters to the machine. So I realized, okay, that's the way the spirit talks to me, not only in the psychedelics maybe help me to open my senses, my my intelligence of what the spirit in the very material world is expressing to me. So okay, something with this device, and I begin my research. Oh, finally, I made this substance on water and common salt, and make an disinfector, disinfectant that really kills the SARS-CoV-19, the COVID-19. And I sold that. I sold that to the groceries, man. I went to this grocery and we were low on money, very low on money. And we went to this grocery where the beer is, the where they put the beer, it's more important beer than anything. So the man retrieves the beer and puts my bottles of the disinfect I did, and I put on the stamp on the bottles, Juan. I want to live, and all the technical and engineer contents of the ppms and all the destroys, but with an indigenous name. And we went to the grocery. By the time you cannot buy things, and we make an exchange with the product. Hey, how much? Through 300,000 pesos. Okay, take from grocery, and I make this trueque. How you say that in English? This trueque
Exchange. Exchange.
exchange. So this was the story of medicine, and also seeing a business opportunity. And I put this substance in the sweat lodge also, and it's a little bit of chlorine there, So everyone in the sweat lodge was very, very purified,
Well,
What
I
you watch?
absolutely Waniwachielo. I really love this story because like in the tradition from the north of the Lakota people in ceremonies, oftentimes you hear this phrase, Waniwachi. It's like, help me, great spirit. I want to live. Help guide me. Waniwachi, Waniwachi. So just this
Man,
situation. How
and it was also important to make the things right. So people, you are dealing with ancestral medicines, I ask this Sundance chief to authorize me to use the term waniwachi. So it was not about legal or know-how or rights, but there are some spiritual rights that they are in this plastic bag of mm, mushrooms or rape or this, there are some spiritual rights that they are there, my friend, and we need to contact and respect.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And Juan, the last question I wanted to ask you for the moment, maybe others come up, but I'm gonna hand over to everybody in the room to maybe ask some others. Is so recently, like we've been spending time together, and like many moments when we share mambe and ambil, these two very particular medicines for Colombia from the coca leaf and tobacco. It's a moment where we've shared about our life, and when we get together around Bamba and Ambil, we share about our life, and oftentimes, like someone kind of like has the role of the older brother, and the other one is like looking for advice, and then you change, and it's like a very beautiful dynamic in this space. And recently, after well, spending many times together, you know, like in things we've talked about. You started doing a mentoring program, or you know, like work. So you know, like you work with people and just share your experience helping them to solve the situation that they're in. So I just wanted to ask you lastly if you could tell us, you know, like what is it that you do in this mentoring? You know, like I think it's called like halcon mentoring, which is like a hawk mentoring. So I just wanted to ask you to share some things about that, and after that, guys, if you have any questions, we should have like we should talk some more. But over to you, Juan.
Yeah, nice. Okay, during this meeting this night, at least two message, ritual, ceremony, all your stuff. And second, anticipation. So ask this medicine to anticipate, to you to serve in what you are anticipated. So like yesterday, I read that the coaching is going to be finished like in 5 years. That no more like 5 years will be like it's a coaching crisis because now the mentoring is like taking the top the top position, and it's reasonable because um with these years, I mentioned these 46 years, there's not a lot, but there's not few. Uh, I can share like now is upon experience. Experience in entrepreneurship, experience in family, experience in life. So it's cool to talk to someone and to share uh, the other optics, the other possibility of sides of the work we have, and that I've been receiving these optics with a lot of pressure, my friends, a lot of pressures, and how I've been dealing with lowering these pressures. So, for example, hello.
Oh,
For
bien.
example, um, I don't know what you are doing for professional, but I realize, I conclude that, for example, I am working water treatment. So I'm cleaning other people's water. So I need to begin to clean my personal waters, my emotions to be clearer, to my relationships to be clear. So, and for example, in this water plant I already mentioned, there's pressure. It's a pressure-driven process. So if I am working with pressure and I make the diagnosis of these plants, there's a lot of pressure there. That immediately resonates on me that I am also pressuring a lot of people, maybe, and that I am also am under big pressure. So how can I lower the delta pressure, delta P, on my life to let my flow of water bigger or nicer or kind, you know? So that's the kind of stuff we can share on a mentoring that is no about guru or master. It's about sharing like your experiences and how they resonate with the student, you know? Um, yeah, and normally there are people that have company or business or an idea of business or project, and also are in a spiritual path. So for me, it's like everything is our spiritual path. Our ancestors say everything has a spirit. So I've been trained to see the spirit on my business, on my back room seat. I've been broke, broke with the pandemic. I broke, so I need to reinvent myself and trusting my tools. If I have this tool, I will use. If I have not, I will fast this tool. But I will pray and pray for every second that we really can change the way the human being is seeing the nature. If we are just consuming these medicines, we are not different from the capitalist people that are consuming resources and energy. What we need is to put on on the first position nature. Nature is, we are part of nature. We are not exploding any resources. We are the nature resources into a more kind humanity, you know, and that we can give this message in our small circle. It's more important than publishing on Instagram many author phrases and the book you already read or the movie you resonate. No, it's like talking to your closest people, like the man on the grocery, on the taxi, on the Uber, you know, is trying to connect to every second your life has mystics, has medicine, has ceremony. Every second, if this second is about making business, so bring that and express yourself as you express in a member circle. So to end the question, I was in the UK. I was going to sleep, but this Korean associate of mine want to smoke one tobacco, one cigar, you know, medicine tobacco I brought. And I encountered that the director of the conference was smoking his cigarette. And he was with an elder there and a younger guy. And the younger guy always interrupt the elder, you know, always interrupting. And I was with the tobacco. Sorry. I was praying with the tobacco. I was very late, 1 a.m. in the morning. Sorry, but I get furious. So, my friend, in our culture, if an elder is speaking, a mentor is speaking, we are quiet. And the director of the conference, very Washington World Bank people, you know, say, hey, yes, in my country is also so. Shut up, my friend, and let the elder speak. And um, ending this conversation, the next day was the closing of the event. And he asked me, Juan, what can you tell me that I can say tomorrow in the closing of the event? And I say, Ahomita Kuyasin, we are all related. We are all family. So we need to understand that sustainable cooling or mentoring or mushroom journeys or sweat lodging or tourism or anything we make is related to nature. And if we understand that we are related to nature, nature will drive us, will take care of us. So we went to sleep, and the next day he finishing the event, as my good friend Juan said, we are all related. And for me, was 80 people from all the world in a big sustainable cooling conference that this guy mentioned a homita kuyasin in English. For me, was like, wow, all because the tobacco.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. I just wanted to share a quick experience I've had with you multiple times, something that I really, really value. Because you definitely have given me a lot of mentoring. I haven't paid you with any money for it, but in those
You did.
moments, you know, like definitely I've had the pleasure
You are
to
paying.
receive your mentoring. I've really appreciated how like you can be very direct. Like the other, like after I broke up with my girlfriend, you came to me and you're like, you've been masturbating or you've been watching porn. And it's just kind of like, it's okay, man. Like just kind of like make me feel very comfortable to express whatever. And obviously, you know, like feeling heartbroken and lonely, miserable, coming clean. And the other thing that I wanted to share is like recently we had a conversation where we spoke about, and I just wanted to share these things also to give a fuller picture of Juan to everybody else before ask your questions. Is we had this conversation with Juan the other day, and I was telling him how, because I've been in the process of resolving my legal situations with visa papers and all these things, and I spoke to Juan and was like, I feel a lot of fear inside of you. You're afraid of losing your life here in Colombia. Yeah, like, absolutely, 100%. You got to let that go. And that was just so true. And that's so in line with my beliefs as well. But it was so useful to hear it so directly. And actually, when I let that plan, that desired particular outcome that I had in my head, like actually things, what was it? Like restored the flow in the tubes. So things kind of fell into place. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you for also that directness. I feel like it's a very also in this path, like wanting to be a mature man and be there for our friends. I think it's very positive and important. So stopping, like with my shares now, over to you guys. If you have any questions, let's have a moment of sharing anything at all you want to ask. Eduardo.
Sure. I have a question. Well, first of all, thank you both you guys for sharing all the information. So, Juan, I think your perspective is kind of new to me because I always kind of separated my spiritual side and the business side, and I didn't really see them as one. So it's very eye-opening. And so my question has to do with, if I step back and I start to link and, ask for guidance, do rituals with my work. Um, Basically, what I feel like is even though my business is successful, I'm not very fulfilled. And I've been in this industry for 10 years and I'm kind of changing paths and I'm already seeing hints of where I should pivot. So I guess the question or the affirmation would be, the more I do those rituals and the more I connect with that, the path will become clear as to what I feel will really fulfill me and be more aligned with my vision. Do you think that's about right?
Eduardo, nice, because I born in Pasto near Ecuador. I've been in Ecuador sometimes also,
Hmm.
so we are like cousins. So man, the thing of being fulfilled or satisfied is still on the mind. Um, what we all are discovering the is the mission of God or the Great Spirit puts on you. And there's no need to answer all questions or to have the answer, for something particular. If you ritualize, you put ceremony in your life, you will be open whatever it comes. If it comes fulfillment, okay. If it comes discomfort, you are going to see the discomfort. Okay. And there, in my opinion, with the spirit, there is no logical sequence of I am doing this, and then you will give me that, like asking a Christmas gift. No, the spirit is very intelligent. He gives you whatever you need in the very real moment you need that. So, what is your industry about?
I work in advertising. I do Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads for companies as a service to help them scale.
Okay, so as said, I like to get involved with people and the people behind these companies. So I know that you want to escape, to grow, and that we consider that we need to make an image in order to get these contracts. So I suggest, and you eventually will get into that for sure with my help or without me, for sure, is that you will be more selected in select this group of people you are really connected with, and that you identify your personal costs. I will work for lowering the rate of food wastage, or I will be connect with advertising of NGOs that help, I don't know, mothers that I family heads. You need to because if you are not going to do that, you will be a commodity. You will grow in a small percentage of the economy that is growing on commodities. But I see more the future of the economy of a tailor-made product, like an artist work, you know. So I prepare this special piece and not an equal piece for everyone. This special piece is for you. It costs a lot of more, it's worth a lot of more, but I get involved with your heart, and you will be more passionate than only talking about numbers and growth and scalable fulfillment. You are going to be the fulfillment. You are not need to fulfill. You will fulfill a lot of people, you know, and that will makes you sleep well in the night and awake very happy in the morning. Like define define the segment you are working with, like, and try to convince your bosses that they need to, you know, to make this segmentation on what is the real cost, or the common causes. We are against the white supremacy. We are favoring the I don't know, the teenagers got another way of studying in the jungle. I don't know. Trying to concentrate. If you have these medicines now, you have friends like Ivalio, these plants will demand that from you. They eventually will demand that from you, and you will see that on the side signs on your screens, here on your computer, here on your driving in the street. Lot of signs like, hey, I'm telling you. And normally we, no, that's no, that's not true. That can be true. And you are trying to go to practice yoga and feel so spiritual, and the spirit is talking to you in details. So I don't know if I answered you completely, but uh, I select my projects, my contracts. I have surrendered a lot of my expectations and quality of life. I invest in the most important asset for me, that is water. So we have potable water from a mineral source, you know, not from a utility. So I have possibility of land or food. This is my theology. This is my belief, not yours. But I will invest in something I can drink, not something I can maybe touch in the screen, or my kids will not eat US dollars or Bitcoin. They will drink water, potable water. So I um, I push you in order to ask if you have some medicine or you can meditate. It's the same. Ask, Great Spirit, which is my role in this company? And I've been here for 10 beautiful years, and I'm sure I won't be here for the next 10, because the artificial intelligence will can shut me, push me out, you know. So you need to show, and with the women's, with the lovers, you know, you need to show more perfume of you, of what is your specialty, what is what you really like, because the industry wants from you that you become a commodity. And then you
Got
need to
it.
scale up. You need to scale up and advertise yourself. So search inside, Google inside, what is what you most like? What is the cost you're going to fight in this life? And like bees, like today bees, like bite me, they will come.
Thank you so much. That really helped me.
Thank you so much. Anybody else? Any other questions? Go ahead. Just unmute yourself and speak.
Hello. Gracias, Juan. I really appreciated learning from you in this last hour and some time, and thanks, Ibailo, for the invite. I have a question because I'm trying to put into practice the spirituality and business because I came from like a very corporate world and I got so burnt out because I felt it was like not in my values of what I was doing. And now I'm stepping into like a similar role but with like a new perspective. And I guess my question is, how do you stay in integrity with integrating your spiritual practice? And the reason I'm asking this question is because I see, spirituality can be a trendy topic. It can be a very buzzword, the new innovative wellness, like kind of thing. And so how do you find the balance of integrating the spiritual without losing the integrity for its significance? I don't know if that's a clear question. You can tell me. Maybe I can.
I think I got it. Thank you.
Okay,
So your
okay.
name is Rafael,
Rafa.
and where are you from?
Bueno, my family's from Colombia, but I was raised in the States and I live in Mexico now.
Wow, Mexico is so nice. So it's similar to Eduardo, that is like you have this connection with the south, but also with the north. So
Yeah.
you are like you should be ambassadors. The medicine maybe is trying to convince you to be ambassadors. So, for example, this good friend of mine, software engineer, senior software engineer, begin drinking Jahe. Forget about this crazy world, about the matrix, get off with all your mental things and try to live traveling and making so it doesn't function at all. It doesn't function. First of all, he drink the medicine to understand the suffering with his dad and the things of his family, and cried a lot, make real transformation, and then the spirit said again, hey, my friend, I pay you, the great spirit told, I pay you your university for you being software engineer. And then you decide not to be software engineer. No, you will do that, but with another conscience,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
right now he's freelance and he lives in Venezuela, but he's been paying in US dollar, has bought his land, he's sweat lodge runner, also some dancer. So it is the law of the lowest damage. So that of the integrity and don't not lose that is still in the mind. For me, the Great Spirit has no moral. Is about you to put the moral on the things. So if for example the biggest damage is not to contribute economically to my family because I decide only to drink special plant medicines and not to be a software engineer, this is the big damage. So
Okay.
let my proud and my mind be the small damage. Okay, I will eat my mind. I said I never will return to the computing and software design. I never. So I need to eat these words. It's the small damage. Small damage. Okay.
Okay.
So, um,
Thank you.
something. Okay. I wanted to add onto that and respond this question as well. So how do we integrate the spiritual practices in our day to day without losing the integrity of the spiritual practices? So I think, like, I guess that's a very profound question, I think, in one way, because first of all, what does it mean to be spiritual? Like, what does it mean to live a spiritual life? And I think that you can answer that, or I answered that by, well, you live in a way that is supportive of life, that takes care of life, that furthers life, that is useful to life. And and I think, and these are all, and this is kind of like a natural byproduct of people feeling connected with themselves, with God, with life, and also I feel that the whole idea of any spiritual practice, yoga, ceremony, whatever, is to get closer to God. And God not is something outside, but like inside. So like we're cultivating that relationship with God. So and this can, and like, and then the whatever spiritual practice that you do that helps you to live life in a better way, to show up better in your relationship, in your business, and anything in your family, I think is good, and it serves the purpose of, like helping life. And then, like, about the spirituality, I think that it's not only spiritual to sit and meditate, you know I think it's also spiritual to kind of like not speak when you're angry. I think it's also spiritual, like to decide inside yourself that you want to treat someone with kindness who treated you in an unkind way. I think that's also very spiritual. I think it's very spiritual that even though you're like super tired and you hate your job, you wake up because you got to take care of your family. So like spirituality is, like for me is what are these things and actions and thoughts that are life generating, that support life. So as long as that's your overall intention behind whatever spiritual practice you might have, I think you're in the clear. That's what I wanted to
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
I like this. This is spontaneous. I really like this. I didn't expect. Good, Rafa, good.
Any other question, guys? I won't ask a question if no one has a question.
Go ahead.
When was the last time you got really angry? And how did you deal with the moment? What happened?
Okay, angry is one of the squares of the game. I studied this game. It's a technology of India. Angry is the third square of the game. The first is birth, the second illusion, and the third is angry. So I think everyone here is familiar with angry. When this very afternoon, I have 4 kids. It's easy to get angry. Bye, Eduardo. Take care. So, my point of view, my story is the spirit allows you to feel angry because you have big energy potential. So you have been selected to feel angry. It's like you can also think that there are some energies in the universe that need to be like released through you. There's no way you can control your anger. You can observe, you can see the anger, but in no time you can control the anger. You can focus or concentrate in some uh, some kid or some um, object or some woman, But it's an energy that is with us from the very beginning of the creation, and you can see the news and every newspaper. There's a lot of angry, a lot of angry. So you need to observe only what are the consequence of being anger, and you think that is kind of healthy for you because you feel this energy rush, but eventually your organs, you are organic, you are carbon, and it's influenced your water. It's influenced by this heavy vibration. So eventually it will destroy you. So is for me, there's no way of controlling the anger. The only thing is when I'm very angry, I make some distance and I can say me pay attention on the consequence. That's all.
Mm. Okay, I just came up with one last question, which is, well, coming back to the Sundance, and I believe, well, Laurent knows very well what the Sundance is. And Rafa, I can't remember, Rafa, if I've told you about it. I guess I have. But I just wanted to ask you, like, how has participating in the Sundance changed you, do you think?
Mm. I think like in every ceremony that demands you that surrenders and that you really trust on nature, it it for sure brings you mm, power of will, patience, um, releasing the control because I know it will be 4 days, but it does not depends on me that I will be released from my rope, you know. So it's like, yes, life hurts. This rope hurts me. Life hurts more. So I'm kind of familiar with this. So I am like training myself when I feel the hurt in my life to take it easy and to remember someone will tell me, okay, you can release now. So this moment will arrive. So this is like this confidence, this acceptance that it does not depend on me. I need to be there with my suffering, with my tears, or with my laughter, or my spirit of fantastic emotions, with all of that in this very moment. And someday, someone will release us from this body, from this life to the other world, you know? So it's a matter of time.
Okay, okay,
Kahe.
okay. I really love this okahe expression. One of the translations of it is today's a good day to die, or this is a good place to die. And I imagine it has like many different interpretations, probably a lot wiser than what I'm going to share. But what really connected with, how I really connect with this saying, and is that it talks a lot about the path of the warrior, living life as the warrior, in the sense of being impeccable with everything we do, with our relation with life. Like how, so being impeccable means leaving not everything we do in the best way, leaving nothing undone, leaving nothing unsaid, leaving nothing unexpressed, living life intensely, is this path, so that, and by living life intensely, we honor the gift of being alive and just how fragile it is. And on this path, we, like whenever we might have doubt, living the path of the warrior, we can ask our death, like if this was our last day, what what would I do, like in this moment, where would I like to take this? So and in this way, like when we have death as a advisor, we have a lot of clarity. So the thing about okahe is that it's good to pray that when death comes to us, because this is certain for all of us that death is going to come, and when she comes, that we are able to say okahe, so that we haven't gone with our song inside of us, with our art inside of us, with all the things that we want to express. So yes, that's something I wanted to say. It's been an hour
I
and
want
20 minutes, guys.
I
Go
want
ahead.
to I want to finish.
Go
I
ahead.
think I want to close with this. Vivario is like we all have potentials, no matter our age. Mm, let's give chance from today, maybe tomorrow, to connect with our purpose, with our mission. Um, it will be very difficult at the beginning. It can last more than 15 years into getting clarity of what your very big purpose on life, but it worth every second of this search, of this journey, and really trust if you make the things different as anyone, and different is like making the things because it's your original, your nature. If you are loyal to this nature, maybe you can get financial success, maybe you can get um, cool romance and trips, but it it will be not like the anxiety you feel of the result. If that happens, it's okay, but you are going to be safe if that does not happens. So try to connect with deeper emotions, and you already have your amazing assets. There's nothing outside, no university, no job, no woman, or that that you will have this asset. You already has this asset. It can be cross, you can polish that, but you already have an amazing, unique heart. And this heart is an asset. Remember what you did on your youth, on your when you were a child, that you were happy doing that. I think there is an answer of what the assets, the important assets. And if you value your own assets, everyone will do that.
Oh, thank you so much. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Would be really nice if you would just like to share a sentence or two just to close off the circle. Just anything you take away from tonight or just anything at all. Rafa, if you'd be so kind to go first as a checkout, and then Laurent.
Juan, gracias. Thank you for it's just good to hear these conversations, you know? Sometimes like it doesn't have to be so like logical and you have to take something. Sometimes just I feel it's good energy and it's just like good to surround yourself with it too. So thank you for that, and thanks to Avilo for inviting me. I thought I was gonna miss it actually, but I made it just in time. So thank you. I actually have to go, so it's perfect timing, pero les deseo lo mejor y muchas gracias. Bendiciones.
Thank you, Rafa. See you very soon.
Yeah, bro. We'll see you. Ciao, Juan. Nice
Ciao.
to meet you. Take care. Bye bye.
Laurent, how is it for you tonight? Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, thank you both. I find it interesting because it was the kind of person different profiles than mine, but it's really in line with the purpose of this meeting, right? These two guys from the States, and that would be the perfect targets for the mentoring as well. So anyway, this is something, and I want to thank you, Juan, because this resonates with what you were saying and this kind of people you're attracting. So this is all aligned, right? And thanks, Ivailo, for holding the space, for inviting Juan, for sharing the invitation. And yeah, what I take out of it is the very meaning of being present in every moment. And that's it. Like this comparison we can make between spirituality and everyday life. Well, as you were saying, Juan, it's from the mind, but in the very life, it's just life. So there's no meaning, there's no point in making a difference between both aspects. But as we are in this blood, in this flesh, and with this mind, we were made to have this thinking. So let's deal with it the best way we can. And so that's the energy, as he was saying. Also, like I feel blessed, I feel thankful for this moment. And
wish you lots of blessings in your entrepreneurship as well, your life and everything. Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, mon fils.
Mon frère,
Ah, mon frère.
sí.
Okay.
Mon fils,
Él el hijo.
sí es el hijo.
Mon frère. Okay, mon frère.
Bueno, igual soy el hijo también.
Thank you so much. Juan, would you like to say any final words?
I consider you both one of my best friends ever. So it's very special for me this moment. We are joined talking about anything on the on the field of the spirit. So wishing really from my heart that we can establish this bridge until the next year because it's a mind creation, but it's also struggles about our our bodies. For example, Logan is going to travel back home. So I wish you safe trip, my friend. Thank you. I have the polls now, so I will send you pictures of the TP. And that we are friendship is a treasure, you know. Today I saw this big emerald, like 400 kilo emerald, 1,000 million US, and it's like a doom emerald that is covered with a shadow of tragedy. Also, have you heard? It's from Brazil, and it's a big one, 400 kilos. It's so big, and it happens that the nature didn't want that it returns to Brazil. Now it's returning to Brazil. So I think this friendship is bigger than this emerald, you know? And like the Interstellar movie, love is something that will travels and connect people, no matter the people is dead or it's not in Colombia or it's not in the medicine, but love is the communication channel. So I appreciate your effort, Evalio, of making this and hope also it will be emeralds for for your life and your stay in Colombia.
Okay. Amen.
Aho!
Oh, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. Wishing you a good night. I hope that was really enjoyable and
Thanks.
see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
See you soon. Good night. Bye bye.